Porsche engineers are known for many things. Precision engineering, attention to detail, and the pursuit of perfection, amongst other things. However, a sense of humor is certainly not one of them. So when they decided to slap an RS badge on this particular creation of theirs, you know that they definitely were not kidding around. Another thing they didn't find funny was the financial crisis that they and the rest of the world were going through in 1991. But somehow, as they often do, the automotive stars were aligned, and this very, very serious car was put into production in late crisis 1991. Welcome to the 964 RS. The first Rennsport 911 since the 2.7 RS 19 years prior. An RS badge, please, is a very, very serious thing. Welcome to another episode of Speedbird.cars with me, your third favorite Algerian car YouTuber, and the 964 RS. I've been very, very excited about this video, mainly because I get to drive a 964 RS again, and it's been 7 years, I think. Now, I was worried that the 964 RS was not as good as I remembered. It was just a memory of a memory that I had bigged up over time. But being back in one today, no. If anything, it's a bit better than I remember it was. I've always said the 964 RS is Porsche's F40, not the Porsche 959. The reason I say that is that the F40 was an extremely engaging car. Engaging is an understatement. That old adage that's now become borderline cliche of it's a go-kart for the road applied perfectly to an F40. It didn't really to the 959. The 959 was kind of the Bugatti Veyron of its day. A technological tour de force, as everyone always likes to say, and it's absolutely true. Whereas the RS was more in the ethos of the F40. The 964 RS was more of a watered-down cup car than it was a tightened-up, angrier road car. Think of it as the Challenge Stradale to the 360 as opposed to the Speciale to the 458. It is similar to the cup car. I mean, it's got aluminium doors, an aluminium boot. It has cup car rear brakes, 964 turbo front brakes, magnesium wheels like the 959. It's also 40 millimeters lower than a standard 964 Carrera 2, for example. So the stance is bang on. And what's great about this car compared to, say, a 992 GT3 RS is that when you look at it, you need to know it's an RS to see that it's an RS. No crazy aero, you know, it probably has a fifth of the downforce of the current GT3 RS, but it's also 200 to 300 kilos lighter, right? If you don't know your 964s, you could be forgiven thinking that it's a standard 964, but it very, very, very much isn't. Lighter flywheel, everything is direct. Ooh, yep, we just ran over a desert cockroach, and I could feel that it was pregnant. That's how direct the steering is in the RS. Is it comfortable? Look, it's worth the sacrifice. I don't know if you can see me jiggling around. If you have breasts, it's not an ideal car, but if you don't, then you should be fine. Another very special thing about this particular car is, I mean, look at it, the color. In the Porsche 911 market, rare colors undeniably produce premiums on these cars. This color is called Amethyst. If there are any Porsche gurus watching this, please comment down below on how many of these were produced, because I really wasn't able to find out. Now, I've been very, very fortunate to drive a plethora of 911s from when they were first produced until the modern day. For your perusal, here's a list of them. And so in my opinion, on the podium of the top 3 greatest 911s ever produced, from my experience, the RS definitely has a place there. Second, maybe even first. The other 2 contenders are these 2, 996 GT3 and the 2.7 RS from 1973. All cars just feel natural to drive, and that's what a good Porsche 911 needs to be able to do. Natural, genuine, and an authentic experience. An authentic experience that's direct, that's plagued with racing pedigree, that's not adorned with non-stop Porsche design elements, where folks are obsessed with the color of their stitching, forking out loads of money from their Porsche design wallets on colored carbon fiber and MS whatever this, and what do they call that special, the color thing? It's PTS. Yes, it's great that it's in a special color, but it really isn't the point, is it? The point is to get in and drive and enjoy the car. Communication between man and machine. I think that's what's critical. And that's what this is. Eine real Porsche. It's always strange when an automobile becomes a cult and then a culture. And I fear that's exactly what's happened with Porsches today, especially with the 911, right? It's always great when a community comes together and you meet your fellow buddies and you have the same passionate interest. But it's also nice to have a bit of variety, right? Personally, I'd prefer a variety of cars as opposed to the same car, but just in different color with different stitching, with different PTS, and you know, one of only 378 left-hand drive cars in this color with these wheels. You know, I mean, I like to make love in multiple positions, not just in one for the rest of my life, right? You need a bit of variety, and I think and fear that Porsche has become too much of a branding titan, much like Ferrari did in around 2008, where the point is kind of getting missing. Now, it's understandable because you want the company to survive. Back when this car was new, there was an economical crisis. They hardly sold any of these and no one was buying them. I understand. If you want to make money, it's a different story. But I think the essence of these cars is having an automobile that stops quickly, goes fast enough with modest power, as light as it is possible to produce it. A car with racing pedigree that was created by engineers who had sleepless nights, divorces, and went through terrible experiences just because they had this sole focus of creating an incredible car like this. Now, I fear that the greatest 911s are behind us, not ahead of us. This example is not for sale, but if you have the means, please go out and get a 964 RS, because frankly, if you have about $250,000 to pay for a 911 and you don't get one of these, well, you're a idiot.